Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday night to everybody. Welcome back to the best damn airplane show you ever gonna see on this Saturday night, November 18th. Damn, I can't believe it's almost the end of the year already. That shit is crazy. My name is Greg. Welcome to the airplane show tonight, episode Innsbruck. That's the episode we doing tonight. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do tonight, so I decided I'm gonna do this flight. So we're not doing live weather. Let me show you what we're doing. So we're gonna fly a made-up route. This is not based on anything in real life, so it's a little different than what I normally do. If you've seen my episodes in the past, I try to base the flights on live flights or real flights that have taken place, at some point, over history. So, but tonight, what we're going to do is this made-up flight. We're going to leave Arlanda, Stockholm. We're going to fly this PMDG 737-800 with the SAS Scandinavian livery. And I changed quite a bit of the weather and the time. So we're not doing live weather. We're not doing live time. We are going to do... So we're going to leave it like 4:18 in the afternoon. We got a little bit of clouds here. We got a little bit of clouds here. And then here, I have from about 10,000 feet down to about 800 feet over the airport. Should be snowy. Snow. And I did do a layer of wind in there as well. So it should be a touch windy. So that's that. Let's go ahead and jump in our airplane. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I certainly do appreciate anybody who's going to be stopping by. Before you go check out another video, though, do me a solid and hit that like, that thumbs up, that subscribe button. That certainly, it only takes a few seconds of your time. Not even that. It takes like a half a second to do, and it means a lot to me. I certainly appreciate it. It means a lot to my children's, too. Means a lot to me and a lot to my children's. So I looked up what terminal SAS leaves out of generally in this airport here, and it said Terminal 5. This, from what I could see, is Terminal 5, so we're going to leave on ramp 6. And we're going to depart on this runway here, 19 right. I built this in SimBrief, and then I tweaked it in Navigraph, so let's go ahead and get into this here video. So with that said, since I am not doing live weather or live time, I'm not going to do anything with, really, I'm not going to do anything with the barometric pressure. Only thing I'm going to do is click standard at a certain altitude and click off of standard when I get back to a certain altitude. So that's only thing we're going to be doing with the barometer tonight. Other than that, we're not really going to mess with it since it's not live weather. Ooh, Train World is almost done. Yo, Train World is 50% off right now. I couldn't believe that shit. 50% off. It's crazy. I don't know what it is on PlayStation. Whoa. We should be at the gate, my mans. What are we doing here? Put me at the gate, bro. Oh yeah, we gotta restart. Man, I hope it doesn't reset everything. Alright. What was I saying? Oh, about the train simulator. So they have and they got tons of packages for this simulator. And the most expensive one, hopefully I don't have to redo everything. The top package, I think it's called the special edition, I think it's called. That bitch is 50% off right now. It's 50% off for 12 more days. All right, let's do ramp 6, departure. All right, we still got, all right, well, let's do, I'd like to be able to take off in clear skies and change the weather later. I don't know if I can do that. Actually, let's see if we can do that. Let's start this up. And let's see if we can change the weather while we're in here. I think we can. But yeah, so I was on the fence about getting the Train Sim World 4. I have Train Sim World 3 with a lot of the expansions and DLCs, and I really do enjoy that game a lot. I don't ever stream it just because, you know, I get bored of it very quickly, so I'm sure, well, I shouldn't say I'm sure. I would imagine a lot of people would get bored of that very quickly as well. All right, let's see what we're dealing with here as far as this weather. All right. Let me. Can I change the weather now? No, I probably can. All right, so we got this here. Let me see if I can change the overcast now. All right, good. All right, so I can change it now. That is really cool. I didn't know I could do that. All right, yeah, there's no reason to take off into snow now. And let's change the time actually again a little bit. Let's go back up here. And this is really cool how you can do this on the fly. Yeah, let's leave a little more in the afternoon, and then when we get closer to Innsbruck, we'll adjust it as necessary. I got my birth date in there, February 19th. Not 2023, but I did want to do this like in the winter time since we're going to be landing in the snow and shit. So, well, you know, I could probably change this. Yeah, let's do that, and then we can always change it back to snow. All right, the cloud layers stay the same, which is good. 42 to 1,700 feet, that shouldn't be. So, because our landing altitude is, it's like 2,000 feet above sea level. I'm sorry, yeah, it's 2,000. So, let's put this at like there. Okay. And let's go back to scattered clouds. All right, very good. All right, let's get this here started up and fired up. Yes, sir. So, I don't know if I'm gonna, yeah, I might have to use this mouse when I'm setting up a couple things at night. Because with this particular airplane, when you have, with this FMS here, when you're using a controller like this, you have to double click the buttons. When you're using a mouse, you just have to click it once. I don't know. I didn't write the code for this airplane, so I don't know why that is. All right, so let's push menu and hold it in. Come on. Did I wait too long to do this? Man, I hope not. Sometimes if you wait too long, you can't start up the screens. Might have to restart. All right, yeah, let's restart real quick. Sometimes with this particular airplane, if you wait too long to start messing around with the plane, you can't, it won't let you do anything. And we need to turn those screens on first, because that's how we operate a lot of the controls in the beginning. All right, so world map again. Let's go back to number 6. Departure. All right, fly. All right, let's worry about getting the plane started up and shit like that. We can always change the weather as we're leaving. But it's good to know we can do that. I had no idea you can change the weather. And the time and all that, that's really cool. I don't usually play with that. I usually just leave it on live and just roll with that. So that's good to know. It's good. It's good. It's good to know. All right, let's get these screens on. right, let's set this up. All right, set up. And so these settings typically store to the livery, and I've never used this livery before, so let's go ahead and make sure everything is set correct. That should be OP, because that gives us the 3 buttons here. Yep. All right, Collins, wings level. All right, let's go. Where's next? Yeah, that is the next page. Okay. Next, yep, double D rate, company index. We can leave that. Minimum runway. Wait, what did that last one say? Oh yeah, ILS requirement. V1 call out approach. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yep, show that in cyan. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. Heads up system, yes, installed. Yes to that. Performance improvement package, yes. And auto probe heat, no, I don't care about that. All right, cutoff switch old style, yes. Eyebrow windows, no. Air stairs installed, yes. Yoke headrest, yes. Auto ignitions, no. Pressurization panel can be old. Okay. Wi-Fi, yep. And we want the new style radio. So the new style is this here. The old style is what we've seen in airplanes for years. So, all right, that's set. Let's go to, this only takes a couple of minutes to go through the whole thing. All right, PFD, most of this I don't need to adjust. All right, that's good. Round rate, yep. FPV heading scale, yeah. Yep. All right, that's good. And we want the metric system. All right, that's all good. We don't need to worry about failures. All right, let's go to options, simulation. All right, sync captain, yep, sync all that. Show thrust lever, automatic override. We can leave that on. Realistic autopilot engagement, yes. All right, call out airspeed alive. We don't need to worry about that. Positive, yes. Auto, okay. We need to change this to 8. Oops. All right, 8 times the speed. Auto time compression, yep. Because we're going to be speeding up this flight a little bit. All right, hide captain yoke, yes. Hide first officer seat, no. Hide first officer yoke, yep. Yokes move when lowered. And we'll put that on as a yes. All right, simple rudder only, yep, that is good. Where is the one setting where the glide scope can capture before? All right, I gotta find that. All right, performance. All right, we don't need to adjust anything there. Let's go back to equipment real quick. I might have missed it. Oh yeah, okay, GS capture before localizer. Yeah, we can do that. Let's click allow there. All right, let's click return. And let's click return to setup. And our startup state is going to be cold and dark with the GPU attached. So this one right here. Let's click execute. All right, we're going to save this. And we're just going to name it SAS. I have one for Southwest, one for Ryanair, one for KLM. All right, and now when we jump back in the plane, now it should be completely off and completely dark. All right, return to setup. All right, well, let's see, maybe we can just load it now. Load panel state. Let's click execute. There we go. No need to restart. All right, let's get the screens on. And let's get this screen on. This one here is going to be the main one. What is that flashing? We still don't have the tablet yet. That's still in testing and all that. So, all right, let's go ahead and turn on the battery and our ground power unit, which is right here. That's all good. Let's put on a little bit of lights. All right, and let's put on our lights there. All right, very good. So while that's all firing up, we're going to click on FMC here, because once we start aligning the IRS, we're going to go ahead and plug in the beginning of our route, so we can go ahead and, so let's wait for these screens to kick on. Hopefully they kick on. Maybe I need to start and stop all over again, because they should be kicking on. All right, let's do that. Let's get out and go back in. I'm not going to say anything negative. I'm not going to say anything negative. Usually this plane is very good. I'm not worried about the screens in this plane like every other plane that I've flown this week. We're going to go back to ramp 6. We're going to click departure again. This should now start in that cold and dark state with the ground power unit already attached, now that we just tweaked everything. Might have to switch batteries in my controller soon. All right, we will adjust the weather again once we get. Yeah, that's weird that this is on. There we go. Okay, now it's not weird. Now it's normal. All right. All right, we're good there. We can click FMC here. All right, and let's go ahead and get this one on. So what I usually do is I'll usually use this one over here for all the actions, and this one here for. I don't know if it works. Oh yeah, I guess I can't turn it on until I put the battery on, though. All right, before I do that, let's go ahead and set a couple of things. So let me open up the OFP from SimBrief. And I'm going to have the trucks and all that kind of bullshit come around, because it's going to take a few minutes to plug everything in. So in order to make room for passengers and fuel and all that, let's click on each one of these buttons. So the total fuel that we need looks like it's 83.56. So let's drop this down to a third, and then we'll have the fuel truck come and put the rest in. Now, if you don't want the trucks to come, you can just plug in the exact amount here that you want. And then once you're done that, you need to go into ground services, find the fuel tab, which is, I believe, the next tab, and then plug in the amount you want and make sure it shows up here. Same thing for people. You know, make sure you plug the people in here. And all right, let's release these stairs because we're going to have the jetway connect. All right, let's go and completely unload everything here, set empty, and let's click return. All right, let's go ahead and connect the jetway. So that's this button here. And now let's go to doors, and let's open up this door. And now the jetway should be connecting. Hopefully. Doesn't connect, no big deal. All right, let's try it, clicking it again. Oh, maybe it doesn't simulate here. That's very weird because this is one of the hand-built, like handcrafted airports from Microsoft. Maybe that's why it doesn't work. It's because it was handcrafted by Microsoft. All right, well, fuck it. Let's go ahead and we won't worry about that. We'll just load everything up the old-fashioned way. So let's close the door. All right, doors closed. All right, let's go to fuel. And let's plug in the 8356. So 8, I should use my mouse for this actually. That way I don't have to double click everything. All right, 8356. All right, that's good. Now payload is, so we have how many people on board? We have 138 supposed people on board. So let's load up. We'll put 10 in first class. And we'll put 128 in the back. All right, and our cargo is 3.4. So let's put, we'll put 1,100 up front. And we'll put 2,300 in the back. Now, since we're loading up all these values here, so now that's all set, what we have to do now is go into ground services, and we need to plug everything in here now. So we have 8356 for the fuel. All right, now our fuel is good. We need to plug in 138 here. And we need to plug in 1,100 here. And 2,300 there, and that'll be it for loading up the plane. Now we don't have to worry about calling all the different vehicles and all that shit. So, all right, that's all good. So actually, let me change the weather now right before we start. So let's change this to scattered clouds. And let's put this back to, you know, just a little earlier. All right, that works. All right, let's get the plane fired up. Let's turn the mouse off for now. All righty, let's go ahead and put the battery on. Let's activate ground power. Let's turn on our lights. All right, let's click on FMC. Let's click clear. We're going to pose in it. And let's go ahead and let's go to the next page. Let's click on this here. Go back. Oh, we don't need to put it in actually. It looks like it's okay. All right, let's do ESSA. All right, there we go. That should be pretty dead on to that. All right, let's go ahead and align the navigation system. So we got this to heading and STS. Let's put you on nav and you on nav. And now what we need to do is go to, all right, let's click U, and let's click a U, and now we can click U. Let's go to route. Oh, you know, I'm getting the A310 mixed up. That's right, we don't need to enter anything in and clear it. So, all right, we're all set, everything's lined up. I have this on 30 seconds to line up. So, all right, let me lower this brightness here a little bit. That one's always way too bright for me. This one here is always way too bright for me. It makes it kind of tough to see the flight director sometimes. All right, let's go back here and put some lights on here. Panel lights, just a little bit of flood. And let's lower you down just a little bit, and let's put you on a little bit. All right, let's enter our flight plan. This is going to take a minute or so to do because there's a lot of steps in this flight plan. So let me turn the mouse back on. Unfortunately, without the tablet, there's no way to send the flight plan right to the FMC here. There's no, like, you can't link it. You know, like in the A310, there's an option where you can just have it pull right in from SimBrief and Navigraph, and some other planes do that, but until they get the tablet for this, I really doubt that it's going to happen. So, all right, let's go. ESSA is our origin. We're going to Laui, which I have never flown to, but I have been to that airport a long time ago when I was in Seefeld, Tyrol, and the Austrian Alps. All right, so we got HO 123 is our flight number. I did a driving event for Audi many years ago, and it was in the Bavarian Alps, and we were literally like 5 or 6 kilometers away from oh no, maybe not that close, maybe probably about 15 kilometers away from no, actually, I take that back. It's been 15 years. I'm trying to, it was like a 15-minute drive, I know that. So whatever that equated to, mileage or kilometers, I don't know. All right, so 19 right, and we're doing Baba P4G. All right, let's go back to root here. We can activate that because that's not going to change. All right, let's go next. And then we have T316. That's our first airway. We're taking that to NEPVA, so NEPVA. This route, SimBrief had, I forget who, it wasn't a user that did this. This was like from Euro something. I forget who did this, but it looks like it's a route that's been used quite often. So, all right, Armand, ARMOD, ARMOD, and then Lucid, LUSID. All right, and then L87 is our next airway. L87. We're taking that to PESEL. PESEL. All right, let's go to the next page. And then we're going to Renki, RENKI. Renki, then Marem, MAREM, MAREM. Then RUDAP. We're almost done. Almost done inputting the flight. All right, RUDAP. Then we got P31. To DOSEL, DOSEL, DOSEL. All right, and then M737. This is the last highway we're putting in. M736, M736. And we're taking that to Tulsi, which is also the transition for our arrival. So TULSI, TULSI. All right, let's save all that. Let's click execute. Let's go back to departure. Let's go to arrival for Lowry. And we are doing the, I think it's the RNAV Z. Yeah, RNAV Z26. Hang on, my ring just went off. Give me a second. Not that somebody knocked on the door, but the camera itself recorded somebody. Let me see what's going on here. Maybe somebody's stealing my car. That'd be kind of awesome, actually. Come on, phone. Here, let's go. Man, my phone is like so broken. Jesus Christ. Hey, what's up, Indra? What's up? Come on, ring. Jesus Christ, man. Oh yeah, it's just picking up somebody walking down the street. All right, very good. What's up? Let me say what's up. What's good? All right, let's see here. Let me grab the mouse again. All right, so we have RNAV Z26, and we're doing tools S3A. All right, let's click execute. All right, now typically I'd go in here now and start, you know, getting rid of the discontinuities and all that. Let me Let me bring in the weight, carry the weight in first, because whatever I type in for the cruising altitude now, once I input this page, it's going to change it again. So let's go ahead and request this. And then once this is brought over, then I can go ahead and change it. So we're going to have to change the cost index too. We're going to put the cruise wind in. All right, so let's click load. All right, so now that put all that in. According to SimBrief, the cost index is 17, so let's change that. All right, our fuel plan is 81.29, so let's put that in. So we'll put 8.1. Because if you leave that blank, you're going to start getting error messages like the whole flight. So, and the cruise winds, according to SimBrief, and I did put in February of like the same date too, so I don't know if it bases the winds. I don't know how accurate this is, but we're going to plug it in anyway. So we got direction of the wind is 290 and it's 44 for the cruise. And according to this, we're going to be flying at 36,000 feet. So let's go ahead and change that here. Let's go to cruise and let's do FL 360. Now that'll store properly, and let me plug in the forecast for descending, even though I don't really think it matters this time around because we're not doing a live flight, but it's still good to practice, I guess, right? All right, let's see here. Ugh. So we got, let me see what our transition altitude is first. Give me a second. All right, transition altitude is, oh, it's by ATC. That's interesting. Let's see if it's on the arrival. The approach doesn't have it. Trans level by ATC. All right, well, it's probably like 10,000 feet, I would think. All right, it has trans level. So for the takeoff, it's 5,000. So let's just put that in, I guess. So let's do FL 050. All right, and now let's go back to the wind page and plug in the wind. So at 31,000 feet, let's do that first, 31,000. So 310, then we'll do 20,000, and then we'll do 10,000. Once we get all these, once we get the FMC set up, then we'll turn the APU on. We'll back the airplane up and we'll get out of here. So we're almost done plugging all this stuff in. I wish there was an easier way to do that, but there isn't. At least not yet, and at least not for this plane for Xbox. All right, so it's 280, 108, 284, 51, 284, 51, 284, 51. And then we got 266.46, so 266.46. All right, that's all done. We can click execute. Let's go to climb, and okay, that's okay. All right, let's go now to legs and get rid of any discontinuities. All right, so on the flight plan here, we have RTT. Where's RTT on this flight plan here? RTT, Tulsi, RNTB, W. I think that's correct. Let's see here. Let me get rid of the OFP. And we have RTT, to WI002. Okay, so that's good. All right, so click this and then click this. That should get rid of all the discontinuities, and now our flight should be completely locked and loaded. All right, so we'll check out the flight before we leave, but let's finish setting up the airplane so I can turn the mouse off. All right, let's go to N1. Oh, I don't think, let me look at page 2 real quick. I don't think there's anything we need on here. Nope. All right, so N1, I always do 30 degrees over the outside temperature. I don't know if that's what they do in real life, but that's what I do. So I've never claimed to be a real pilot, so. All right, we got that. Let's go to takeoff. All right, let's go to this page here so we can put in the runway information. So we have a slope of negative 0.18 is the runway slope. So negative sign 0.18. And the runway wind is, let's go back here again, and we got 220 and 4 knots. So 220 and 4 knots. If you plug in the info on the first page and then go here, you're just gonna have to input it in again on this page. So you might as well just wait. All right, so let's do flaps 5. Let's see what that does for us. And our CG. All right, so we got 141, 140. Let's do flaps 10 and see if there's any change. I doubt there will be, but let's see. No, not really. All right, we'll just do flaps 5. That's fine. We got a long enough runway. It's okay. All right, so let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. And let's go. I think that's it for setting everything up, actually. Approach. Yep, I think that's good. Let's go to init reference, N1 limit, fix. We don't need to worry about the fix. I mean, if you want to plug one in, we can plug in like ESSA. Oops. ESSA. And then we can just plug in like 25 miles. So we'll do the /25. And now that should put a 25-mile ring around a posy, right? All right, departure legs. All right, so that's all good. Let's go check out our route. Turn the mouse off now. That's all done. And let's come up here. And let's click this here and let's go to map. Go to route. Let's come down here and get all nice and close to it. And we're just going to click on this step button here and just look at the whole route. Make sure it all flows. There's our ring. Yep, looks good. All right, let's go ahead and switch this back to map. Let's zoom this all the way in. And we'll put this one on flight plan. All right, and let's turn the VORs off. We don't really need those right now. All right, let's go ahead and put the APU on. So let's put on this fuel tank here. And let's click U, my friend. All right, we got 36,000 here. And we got about 2,000 here. Man, this is really bright. Jesus Christ. All right, APU is almost on. Once those generator lights kick on, then the APU will be ready. And then we can there we go. And then we can disconnect the ground power and back up. So put that generator on, that generator, bleed it out. All right. Let's turn you on, let's turn you on. Let's turn you on, let's turn you on. Let's turn the yaw dampener on. And I never really clicked this because you can't move it backwards, the ground power, so I just have it deactivate when we start taxiing. So, all right, emergency lights are armed. All right, we are all set to back up, so let's get the, oh yeah, that's right, it has a built-in, it's built in. This one, I always get this one wrong with the angle of the, of them backing us up. All right, push back. Let's remove the chocks. Let's put our parking brake on. All right, let's select tug. And standard nose to the right. See, I always get that like mixed up. Like I don't know if that means right from looking at the plane now, or if it's right like looking at the plane from behind. So I'm gonna go with this and turn the nose to the left. I think it's from the front here. So we'll find out. So let's go ahead and start.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our right. Copy that. Ready to push. Tail to the right.
Wait a minute. Tail to their right. Okay, I think we're okay.
Please. Brakes released.
I think we'll be okay, actually. Well, if we're wrong, at least there's plenty of room to maneuver. It's not tight in between the, in between the terminals. I'm gonna wait to put the engines on until we figure out which way we're going. Damn it, I did it again. God damn it. All right, let's stop. Let's do it to the right.
Cockpit to ground.
He just said the tail to their right. Thankfully, there's a lot of space because I think it recalculates that whole starting amount of feet, that 295. All right, we can put on our engine now. Now we're going to be going the right way. So let's put on the rest of our engines. Let's put on some lights. And let's put you here. right, N2 is climbing, so that means we can put you on. All right, so when we have, okay, turn nose to the right means it is the opposite of what I'm looking at. So that means we're looking at it from I guess the back of the plane. So turn nose to the right means that the nose is going to go left, looking at it this way. All right, let's click stop.
Roger that. Ready for pushback. Tail to the left. Release brake, please.
No, we're good. We're good. Let's get rid of you. All right, let's go menu. Let's go FMC. Let's go. I guess we'll go to. I guess we'll do climb, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and kick on the next engine. Let's put this generator on. All right, you're spooling up. Means we can put you on. Put our flight director on. The heading from this runway taking off today is 184. So let's plug that in here. And let me look at the takeoff chart and see if there's any restrictions with taking off. So SA max 205 knots. All right, max 205 knots. No, there's no height restrictions. So let's see what the first one here says. So we got 9230, so let's plug that in here. So we'll do 9230 here, as close as we can get to it. All right, and let's go back to our takeoff because it may want us to adjust these again. So we got 146. Let's add 15 to that. So we got 161. All right, we can arm that later. Let's go ahead and put on the other generator. Let's go ahead and move this. Let's put the packs on auto. And let's go ahead and turn off the APU. Let's put on the taxi light. Let's put on our logo light. Let's put you on continuous. All right, I think all that is very good. Let me, well, I guess we could take off in the evening like this. We can always adjust it later. All right, let's go ahead and get to the runway. Ugh. Hey, we gotta put our flaps down. And we gotta test the takeoff. So let's go ahead and put our flaps down to 5. All right, we got 142, 142, and 146 is still the same. All right, we got climb there, so that's all good. Let's go ahead and I thought there was a test button for the takeoff. Maybe there's not. All right, let's put on our TCAS system. This plane doesn't simulate, you know, it doesn't have the weather active, so there's really no reason to, do anything with this control panel here for the weather. This control panel for the heads-up display, we will be operating for our landing. We're going to change up a few things to make it have the right kind of display for our landing. All right, we got the brakes on RTO. That's good. Let's go ahead and I guess we can lower the heads-up display. Yeah, see, when we change it for our landing, this column's gone, this column's going to be gone, and it's going to be really just built for, landing. So, all right, let's get to the runway. I think I remember how to get there. Is the brake still on? God, crazy. You hit the button to release the brake and it doesn't release the brake. So we need to go over there. I don't know if they have signs. Oh, they do have signs. Let's see what this sign says. I should be looking for like Z and X. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. Let's see what this says here. ZN. Okay, yeah, that's okay. We can go. We'll just make a left here. I'm looking at the airport diagram right now, trying to match up the, where we're supposed to go. I've never taken off from this airport, so I'm not really familiar with the runways and where to go. I was going to do a CJ4 flight tonight, but I really wanted to fly this plane. So, and I like that Scandinavian livery. I like the SAS liveries. Now, if you just want to see the landing, wait until this is finished, and then you can go ahead and I'll put in the description box, what time, we start our approach. But we got to get there first in order to do the landing. All right, that's good. PA, yep. Then we'll just take this all the way up. We can arm the auto throttle. We can activate LNAV and VNAV. Let's put data on. I would think, being this dark, they would already have the strobe lights on, I would think. That's usually what they do, from what I understand, when it starts getting dark out. I always like taking off at sunset and sunrise. I just love how these planes look with all the lights on, and it's cool, man. It's cool. Killer. They got super killer light, like in the 737. Super killer. we are almost ready to roll. Now, I've never landed a plane this big before at this airport, so this could go extremely well or extremely terrible. So it's going to be one of the two. Yeah, I've only ever landed like prop jets and like I think I landed a citation there in X-plane a long time ago, because Innsbruck was like one of the free areas for X-plane for many years, that Innsbruck area. So I would fly around there and use like the little Skyhawk or whatever that is, the base Cessna plane that comes with X-plane. Then you could fly the Vision jet there, which I used to do a lot, but never tried to do 737. Or maybe I did, actually, because that was a free plane, I think, for a long time with X-plane, before they changed the way they do things on the mobile side now. Now we will be fast forwarding this as we're once we get to our climbing altitude. We will be using PMDG's amazing time skip feature, which works. It works so well, so much better than the one that's built in from Microsoft. All right, we are good. We're about as lined up as we're going to be, so let's go ahead and put some thrusters in it. Let's go all the way. All right, gear up. We'll adjust the gear and lock it momentarily. Let's go ahead and get the autopilot on first. Let's get above 1,500 feet. All right, autopilot's on. Let's lock the landing gear. All right, we can put our flaps up. So we have one more setting for flaps to go. We're pretty damn close to having the flaps go up all the way. I'm almost tempted just to do it, but all right, we can put the heads-up display away now. We don't really need that taking up space. All right, let's put flaps up. We are close enough. Let's adjust this to 22.5. Move the time back a little bit. There we go. right, now we already hit our transition altitude. Let me use the mouse for this, because if I use the controller, we may crash. I'll explain momentarily. Hang on a second. Let's click standard. So when I use the controller to click that standard button for the barometer, I'll click it, and then it will continually click itself automatically. It will go click, 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 and the this thing goes from standard to digits, standard to digits, standard to, it just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until it takes a long time for me to gain control of it again. And then the last time I did it and I gained control of it, it had, instead of it being like 29.92, which is standard pressure, it was like 26 point something. So I was like, you know, like 4,000 feet below where I, like, it was just, is a mess. So, oh, we never put our seatbelts on. Hopefully the passengers are okay. Hopefully all the fake passengers on the plane are okay. All right, we can put our landing lights up. And turn the wheel well off. You know, when I was giving it thrusters to take off, I've never seen them all go in red like that before. That was, maybe I went up too quickly, but I've never seen that before. That was pretty wild. Pretty Sweden is. I think that's where we're at right now. Actually, let me see. I haven't had to say it yet. Oh yeah, we're still over Sweden, okay. Yeah, I haven't had to say my normal line yet, which is, you know, I'm an idiot. Which it's going to be coming at some point, I'm sure, because it seems like I say it every time I fly in this simulator. At some point, I wind up saying, damn, I'm an idiot. I'm sure it's on its way. Boy, those clouds look really bad. You see, like, how pixelated they are around the edges? And I'm not streaming this from the cloud either. Like, I downloaded all this. Wow, that is bad. I guess it would be different if this was like an X, like a Microsoft X, Xbox X, or this thing's having troubles, man. Let me change this a little bit. You see it's skipping a little bit. Let's do a few clouds. See if that changes it. Well, if it's skipping now, can't wait to see what's going to happen when we land in the snow. I did a snow landing. I didn't record it. I was just trying it out. I forget what plane I was flying. But I mean, it seemed to do okay, you know, with flying through clouds and snow and all that. Yeah, I forget what I was doing, what plane I was doing, or this is really not that important. But all right, so we are headed to Babap right now. So we should be passing over the southeastern, you know, edge of Sweden, on our way to cross over. So once we leave Sweden, we're not going to hit land again until we cross over. Let's see what this is here. ESFS. Let's see what this is. Let's see what body of land this is here. Come on, you can do it. Oh, that's still Sweden. No shit. Wow. Okay, that's still Sweden. But then when we cross into Northern Europe, we are going to be crossing over. Let's see here. What part of? Let's see what this says here. Alright, so we're going to be flying, looks like Poland. And what is this here? So it looks like we're going to be splitting between Poland and Germany. When we first hit land again, we're going to be going into Poland, and then we're going to quickly cross over into Germany. And then we'll stay in Germany for a good chunk of the flight, I would think, since this airport is in Austria, which is right below Germany. Oh shit, I gotta change the altitude. Almost forgot about that. Not that it would have really made a difference. If we leveled off, all you need to do is just click VNAV and then click it again, and that'll put the plane back in VNAV mode. Alright, so all this is good, and we don't really need to do anything now. Everything is, oh, are we in icing range? Let me see what the outside temperature is. Where's the outside temperature at? -6. I don't... That might be icing range. Let's put the icing on, just in case. So we'll put the window heaters on. And let's go ahead and... Yeah, we got that, we got that. Alright, and let's do wings and engine. Just for a little bit. I don't think that's simulated, but you know, as far as like icing on the wings and engines, I don't know if that's simulated or not actually. Traffic on. What are you doing, man? Click this button here. That's what I want you to click. Thank you. What's up, Raya? What's good, my mans? Well, I mean, I guess I don't know what you identify as, but I'm gonna say what's good, my mans. It's good. Just pretending I'm somewhere other than where I'm at right now. Just trying to live my dream as a airplane pilot for a major airline. I think that's probably one of the best jobs in the world. I'm sure it's a pain in the butt at times too, with, you know, being in and out of airports and, you know, living out of a suitcase part of the time, man, but that's gotta be amazing, just flying a plane thousands of feet above Earth. Just, it's gotta be such a cool thing to do, man. I came very close to hitting the Mega Millions like 2 weeks ago. I was 2 numbers off from winning the whole thing, and I know if I ever hit that lottery, you know, after I quit my job, which will be immediately, I'm gonna start going for my pilot's license immediately, because that joke is expensive. I think it's like $100,000. Like, if you're gonna try to be a commercial pilot, I believe the training and the schooling and all that is $100,000. Maybe there's scholarships. I don't know. I don't know if a 45-year-old single father can get scholarship, but anyways, I can't be a pilot now. Anyways, I got 2 kids in high school, so I can't be doing that. But when they don't really need me much anymore, maybe I could, you know, go ahead and try to do it. I think that would be such a cool job to have. That, or being like a train conductor. I think that would be a cool job also. I never thought about it until I started playing the train simulator last year. And I was like, man, I could do this. It'd be a cool job too. especially some of the train tracks they have, like going from certain parts of in Austria and certain parts of like Italy, and I mean some of those tracks are crazy, like how steep they are, and going through mountains and like on the sides of mountains and I mean, like, it's crazy. You really got to trust the technology at that point. You really got to trust that you're going the right speed. You know, your casters aren't going to come off the track, that you're not going to tip over. Like, you really got to trust a lot of engineering at that point to make sure you're okay. Why is this thing skipping? Did you see that little skip? It shouldn't be anything with my internet. I got fast internet, and I'm connected with a LAN cable, so I tried doing a flight a few nights ago, and I got this error message saying I was offline, and I checked my internet connections. I didn't know if I was really offline or not. Yeah, I had almost 1,000 megabytes, per second download speed. I don't know why that error message popped up. I don't know if it was a problem with Microsoft servers. I wound up the next day, I was still getting the message, so I wound up just resetting the router and the modem here at the house, and it worked after that. So I don't know if, like, I was getting ready to try to do one of those, like, where you do port forwarding, where you start messing with all that kind of, and I really don't want to mess with that kind of stuff, but I was very close to doing that. I really didn't want to call Verizon and try to get them involved. Who knows, maybe they were blocking, maybe they said, maybe they're like, man, you're using way too much data playing this here game, so we're just going to block you from playing this game. I wound up deleting all the flight simulator, thinking that if I I restart the Xbox and just download it again, maybe that'll fix it. So I had to re-download almost 400 gigabytes of data. That took like almost the whole night. Like I had it doing it while I was sleeping. All right, once we level off, we'll go ahead and start speeding up. In order to speed up in this here airplane, can't use the controller for some reason. You got to use a mouse, but we need to click this very tippy top here, this TCSR button. When you click on that, these numbers will turn green, and then you just got to let the magic happen. Now, I don't usually keep it sped up when we're doing any kind of turns, but as long as we're going straight, I don't have a problem with it. I think we're good to do it while we're climbing as well, but I'm not taking any chances. This simulator does some very crazy things at times, so I'll just let it be. And then once we start beginning our descent, I'll switch once we begin our descent here, I'll switch the weather into snow mode, so that we'll be landing in snow. And if it keeps all the stuff that I had set up from before, we should get out of the clouds about 1,000 feet from the ground, so we can do this RNAV landing, and have enough visibility to be able to do it. You need 1,500 meters is what I believe what the landing is saying. Yep, RVR is 1,500 meters for our type of plane. And that's the same for that localizer approach as well. It looked like it was 1,500 as well, so I don't know how many feet that is. I think that's like 4,000 feet maybe. Maybe? I don't know. If anybody knows what 1,500 meters is, let me know. I don't really feel like looking it up, to be honest. I don't really care. Because we're going to land the plane. It's not like, this is not real life where if we can't see the runway, we're not landing. We're putting this down at some point, and we're going to try to do it on the first go around. Because doing a do-over on this airport is it's really tough. So to do a go around, you got to make a really tight turn after once you get back up in the air because you have mountains on both sides. I have done that landing a couple of times in a prop jet where you land on runway 8, where you cross over like the corner of the airport, and you head towards the mountain, and then you make this big U-turn while you're descending as well. And by the time you're done making this U-turn and you're facing you should be facing the runway at like almost the right height for landing. Like it's like you make this U-turn and it's like you turn and land, like there's not much of a waiting time between, you know, that final turn and when you land. It's like almost immediate. Oh wow, the microphone on my laptop is picking up the sound of the airplane. That's crazy. Alright, we're almost at our cruising altitude, which means we can go ahead and start trying to speed up a bit. Let's put you on legs, and we're going to put this one on progress. Because when I do this, I normally sit over here, so I can click the button, and I can also watch the... Actually, let's put the yoke down. Pax auto up, on. Yep, that's all good. Yeah, I usually sit over here, click the button, and then I can also watch and see how close we get to the top of our descent. Alright, that's all good. Let's go ahead and get our mouse going. Actually, let me look at one thing real quick, actually, on our flight plan. So to make sure we have the right altitude for a couple of things. Alright, that's supposed to be 9,500, 9,500. And WIO3. WIO2 is, yeah, 95. And WIO3 is, yep, yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, very good. All right, let's go back. And let's speed up because we got quite a bit to go to the top of our descent. We got 560 some miles, so that might be about 10 minutes in fast forward mode, but let's go ahead and get the mouse activated again. Let's give it up for the mouse. Let me zoomy zoomy a little bit. There we go. That's a good spot. All right, let's go ahead and fast forward some time. Boom! We're in green here. The numbers are in green, which means we are getting ready to go 8 times the normal speed. Until we make a turn, then I'm gonna turn it off. Now, I may wind up editing this video at some point and cutting out like a lot of the cruising here. I mean, I guess I could like move around and shit, right? Whoa, look how fast we're going. Look at the light on the top. It's like all right. That makes me very nervous sitting up there like that watching. I have a feeling like the simulator's going to crash or something like that. Like, I just know in Microsoft some bullshit will happen like that where we'll wind up crashing the simulator because of doing that. So as boring as this field of vision is that we're looking at right now, I am staying here until I'm comfortable. From what I understand, this 8 times speed is like the edge that you can go to with PMDG. From what I understand, if you were to do 16 times normal speed, you'll run into some performance issues, or it just won't be able to handle it, and bad things will happen. So we'll leave it on this 8 here, which we set up in the beginning. If you caught the beginning of the episode tonight, when we jumped in the plane, we had to do some setups because we never used this livery before, and it seems like this plane, like the settings store to the livery that you're doing, which actually is kind of cool. I think you can set up like if you're doing Ryanair or SAS, and you know what the transition altitudes are. Like, I mean, like, you can set up a fair amount. So I never flew this livery before, so we had to do it all from scratch. All right, the miles are clicking down. I understand this part is very boring, but there's no way around it. Not until I edit this video and cut this part out. It would be nice if they had and I think I say this on almost every video where I do these long flights. It'd be nice if they had something similar to Aerofly Mobile or X-Plane Mobile. I can only speak to the mobile versions because I've never played either one on a PC. But X-Plane, while you're in the plane, you just drag the right screen over and just on that map, just put your plane where you want it, and you're there. In Aerofly, you just go back to the main screen and go to the map and just put the plane on the map where you want it there too, and then you start up and you're there. This one, you know, they have a thing, I think, where you can fast forward. I don't know if they still have it, but I tried using that before, where you can like pick cruise or descent or climb. I'm telling you, the last time I did it, I clicked descent for top of descent. It put me at it put me at 5,000 feet at the top of our climb. I clicked cruise, and it put me at 36,000 feet, 5 miles away from the airport we were landing at. So it didn't work out too well for your boy. But I mean, I'm okay with this system. I don't, you know, we can let this thing roll. So we are getting ready to go to, what is that? Lucid? Let's see where Lucid is. I think that is... Yep. That is off the... There should be a little island. There should be Denmark over to the right of us when we get to Lucid. Yeah, Lucid's right off the... There's a little island from Denmark out there. And then we'll go to Tillav and XELOL, and then once we hit land after that, that'll be Poland for a few minutes, and then PESEL is first waypoint in Germany, and then we'll pretty much be in Germany for the remainder of the flight. Wow, look how fast we're going now. Jesus Christ. That is something I've noticed, though, with this system where it speeds up. Like, at times it'll go like 8x, like you're looking at now, and there's some times where it just doesn't seem like it's like fast forwarding at all. All right, once we get a little closer to the next waypoint, we'll take ourselves out of the speed up mode so we can make these turns. It looks like it actually... That's interesting. I just noticed something. I don't know if it's accurate what I'm looking at or not, but it looked like it slows down enough to compensate for the turn. And then it speeds back up again. That's really cool if that does that. So Denmark was back yonder. We should be hitting Poland here pretty soon. All right, let's take ourselves out of this sped up mode for just a couple of minutes. All right, we're out of the sped up mode right now because we're getting ready to make a couple of turns. We'll put ourselves back in once we straighten out once we get into Germany, then we'll put ourselves back in the sped up mode. There's Poland right there. Wow, look how jumpy that thing is. Jesus Christ. That is crazy, man. I'm not going to change the weather just yet. I kind of want to be able to look at the ground and things like that. Once we get... I think I talked about, I think once we like begin our descent, I'll like switch it back. I'll make it a little darker, put the snow mode back on. Wonder why this thing is so jumpy up, like on the outside of the plane tonight. That's weird. I'm pretty sure this flight does not take place in real life, but it's taking place tonight. All right, so here's Poland here that we're flying over. And then once we get to PESEL, that puts us right in Germany. So, all right, looks like I can go ahead and speed up again. All right, we're in sped up mode again. I think I'm going to leave it in sped up mode when we make this turn here and see what happens. This turn at Renke, let's see what happens. Because that's not a very steep turn. We're just going from, we're going to be on a course of 180 and we're at 198 right now. So it's like 20, like a 20-degree turn. So it's not terrible. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure PMDG compensated for this kind of stuff. So let's see what happens. I think I just repeated myself a couple of times, but that's okay. Let's see what happens. Because I think it does what I said earlier. It looks like it slows down a bit to compensate for the turn, which I think is really cool. And we are booking. I'm so happy they have this mode in this airplane. That's part of the reason why I try to fly this plane so much, is because it has this mode. If this mode was in more planes, that would be so dope. I would love it. But that system, the version that the simulator has standard, is not a very good system. Well, we got 132 miles into our next waypoint. Good lord. Marham puts us right at, let's see where we're at here. According to the map, Munich. Hengersendorf, Dresden, yeah, Marham puts us Prague. So please, most Trentov. Oh, maybe we go back into Poland for a little bit. Oh, we go through Czechoslovakia. That's pretty cool. So we're going to go through Czechoslovakia for a while. All right, so Marham, we cross right into Czechoslovakia. And we stay in... Well, we stay in Czechoslovakia for a while. Then Barracks is Germany again. Man, we stay in the Czech for a while. And then we stay in Germany until we get to Austria. Okay. Interesting. So we go from Germany to Czechoslovakia, back into Germany, and then once we hit our transition for our arrival, we hit Tulsi, then we cross into Austria. Very cool. All right. I didn't know that. I didn't really look at the map for the flight, you know, before I did this tonight. I just jumped in and said, this is what I'm going to do. Built the route real quick, and, you know, that was that. I did go to Lowey's airport page on FlightAware and their actual website to see, like, you know, if they had any cool flights landing tonight, or tomorrow. I didn't really see anything I liked, so I was like, well, I like Scandinavian's livery, and I haven't done one yet on a 737, so we're going to take off from Stockholm and just book it to Lowey. Let's go ahead and plug in. Where are we going down to 33.6 at first? So let's do that. Usually when I'm about 20 miles, 15, 20 miles out from top of descent, that's when I'll just put it back in regular speed. Well, I might be doing it sooner than later. Once we get the, maybe I'll switch it right before we get the route app. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see if it'll take this turn. Let's live on the wild side. Let's see if this really does slow down like I think it does. And looks like it slows down. What are we, 35 miles out? Yeah, well, let's just take it off fast. We'll just leave it on regular speed for the, I guess, for the remainder of our cruise, since we're so close to the top of descent anyways. I mean, that 30-some miles won't take any time at all. It'll take just a few minutes. Yeah, I mean, it should take 5 minutes according to the clock that I'm looking at there. Because we're at 16:06 on that clock there, and it says around 16:10 we should be at the top of descent. So, all right, let's go here and click on progress. Let's go back to legs here. And what we're going to do here to get ready for our descent, we're going to put this back in map mode. And then we're going to click on this center button twice. Or control button or center, whatever the CTR stands for. Once. There we go. And now it'll have, once we start our descent, it'll have our descent here. And it has our RNP figures here as well. So the RNP, which is the required navigation performance, I believe it needs to be 0.15 for our landing. So we'll plug that in as we get closer. And then it'll have the actual here. And that's just the threshold for error that, like, it's the constraints that the airplane's supposed to stay in. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. It's, you know, you're plugging in what you're requiring the plane to do. You know, it needs to be within a certain limit of performance for the navigation. So RNP is what we're asking it to do, and ANP is what it's actually doing. So we'll leave that there. And we're going to begin our top of descent here coming up. And let's go ahead and let's pause the flight real quick. Let's go to weather. Let's put it on snowy. And let's see if it kept what I did before. $47. Actually, let me use the mouse. For some reason, the controller doesn't work great with this. Okay. Altitude, no, we want this to be like 2,700. All right, that's good. And let's move this up to like, all right, that's good. Density, let's make it more dense. Oh no. All right, good. All right, coverage. All right, that's all good. So that's that one. And 47, let's do like, all right, we'll do that for that. All right, that's good. And now let's go ahead and, whoa. All right, that looks good there. All right, very good. Turn the mouse off. You know, I don't know why it matters if I lose connection or not. I downloaded everything. Like, that message I got the other night and like this one here I just got, who cares if I lose, who cares if I don't have the internet connected? I downloaded everything. Like, what's the purpose of downloading it all if you can't play it without an internet connection? I understand certain features may not work. I'm okay with that. But you should still be able to get in, jump in an airplane, and fly with preset conditions or custom conditions. You know, I understand if certain things don't work, but for the most part, everything should. Should be beginning our descent here any minute. We got 258 here. And 258 here. Oh yeah, we haven't set up our for our landing yet. We haven't set up the what the hell is it called? The heads-up display. We'll do that momentarily. We got 202 as our heading. Oh, we're getting ready to switch this, so we don't need to worry about that. What is the localizer actually on this airport? Let's see here. Let me go to VFR map. All right, Laui is... Okay, IFR low. let's go to, let's click on map again. Let's go back to flight. And let's look at this real quick. 11.1. What's that? 30,000, 17.9. Let's do 30,000. All right, 111.1. 111. All right, transfer. And 111. I know we're not landing, but there is a glide path available, kind of like a glide scope available. I don't think it's going to do it because I don't believe this is the type of landing or the type of airport that you can do it at, but I'm going to plug it in anyways. All right, let's get our runway information plugged in here. So what we're going to do is go down here. We're going to change the mode. We're going to click the mode once. So that's now our landing mode. I believe IMC is like for ILS type landings, and I believe VMC is for like more visual approach. So which is what we need for this for landings, whether you're doing RNAV or ILS. That's a good setting to have it on. All right, let's click on runway. Let's plug in the elevation. It's 1894. So 1894. Hit enter. And now let's go to our length. That is 6562. This info is right in Navigraph. Just click on the little dots next to the runway on your flight plan. Alright, so now we got the height and the length. And what that'll do is, that'll put the reticle of the heads-up display pretty much right on the sweet spot of the touchdown zone. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. So 18,000 is our next one. And all right, very good. I like this page here for RNAV landings because it has our required navigation performance here. So right here it has in 0.3, which is what it is kind of defaulted at right now. You know, for the approach, but the approach needs to be 0.15 according to this chart. Let me look at the chart again just to double check. Yeah, it's got 0.15 for our type of landing. So let's plug in 0.15. So we can do 0.15. Oh, you know, we can't input it there. That's right. We have to input it on the. We have to input it here at the bottom here. All right, we'll do that as we get closer. There's no reason to do that right now. All right, I wasn't really paying attention. Let's go ahead and put on our spoilers so we can... I was sitting there reading the chart. I wasn't really paying attention. All right, we're getting a little closer. Let's put the speed brakes back on a little bit more. Now, the reason I'm not grabbing it with my controller and moving it is because last time I did that, it did the same kind of stutter thing where it just kept on like flashing blue and I couldn't. Oh, we got an imbalance of fuel. No shit. Never seen that before. All right, here we go. We're lining back up again. All right, very good. And I want to be at 9,500 at RTTNB. So let's plug that in. Hit enter. And then let's delete this one here and see what it says we're going to be at. Wow. Man, I guess we're riding this down for a while. All right, let's put in 0.3 for the RNP right now. And then once we begin our approach, we'll change it to 0.15. Maybe that's why we're not doing so well with our vertical. I mean, we are 1,000 feet higher than we should be. It's the outside air temperature right now. And we still got an imbalance. It's weird. All right, minus 26. We can turn this off. All right, we are, looks like back under control for our descent. let's deactivate these. And let me do a speed intervention, and I'm going to just keep it at 240. Oh, VPA exceeds 3.5 degrees above negative 11 degrees Celsius. Wow, that's crazy. You got to be I think a really good pilot in order to do this landing in real life. All right, let's do our decision height. Yeah, I know about fuel. Sorry about that.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
No, bitch, come on. Jesus Christ, Greg, what the hell did I do?
Airspeed full. Airspeed full.
What did I hit, man? Jesus Christ. All I did was I wanted to enter into the barometric pressure. Jesus Christ. I mean the height. It needs to be 606, I believe. Yeah, 606. Alright, let's plug in the correct RNP now. We're getting ready to start doing our landing, our final approach here. So let's put in 0.15. Starting to get nervous. We're about ready to start making this turn towards the airport. It's about ready to get real. I don't know if we're going to do this holding pattern or not. I don't think we're going to. Alright, let's go ahead and start lowering our speed. I know it says decel coming up, but I'm not taking any chances. Let's just go to 210 right now. Let's go to 200, I guess. Because we're really not that far from the We're still a good 20 miles, actually. That's okay. We're good. Let's just leave that. And we'll just start slowing down. Shit. I knew that was going to happen. Give me a second. I called it in the beginning. I said, the batteries are probably going to go low. But I got these really good rechargeable batteries I picked up on Amazon. They were cheap and they last a long time. I can play on one battery for almost a week. All right, I think this is correct here. We'll find out in a minute if I put it in correct. Yep. All right, let's put a little bit of flaps in play. Let's lower our flaps down one more time. Now I just clicked approach. It has glide path showing and, you know, the VOR localizer deal, so let's see what happens. All right, let's put on some landing lights. This might be a little early too, but we are under 10,000 feet, so it's okay with me. And let's do flaps 5. Steep descent after, yes, I'm aware. And let's do fix. Let's do runway 26. And let's do 10 miles. And let's do 4 miles. 4 miles for the gear, for the gears. All right, we got progress and, oh shit. Okay. All right, we're on the glide path. That is good news. I know 1500 is below. All right, so we can't do both. That's only for, why isn't LNAV showing up anymore, or approach? That, I'm not gonna mess with anything, but that is really strange. Alright, let me pause this for a second and make sure. I mean, I think we have snow turned on. Yeah, we got snow. And we got 93 to, okay, and then we have, what's this one here? Golly, let me get the mouse out. Yeah, 53 to 31 and 93 to 63. All right, it should be okay. Oh, we gotta slow down. We're almost at 10 miles. All right, let's put on our brakes. And these are, let's arm these. All right, that's armed. Oh yeah, I need the mouse real quick to take us out of standard. Even though we're not changing the barometric pressure, we still need to adjust it. Let's turn the mouse on. Okay, let's go here and click on that, and that's good. And let's put ourselves in approach mode here. We could have done this earlier, but that's all right. Put some more flaps down. Let's put our landing gear down, I guess. Our approach speed is what, so we'll do 140. I'm okay with it following the glide path down. That makes it life a lot easier. And we'll leave it in LNAV mode because that is usually required, from what I understand, when it comes to these kind of landings. All right, looks like we're doing okay. Now it should clear out the snow when we get, we can start seeing the ground starting to open up now. Snow should start clearing out. We should see the lights of the runway soon, I would think. Yep, alright, clouds have lifted a little bit, so now we can... Still don't see the runway anywhere.
400. 300.
There it is.
200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Sorry about the beeping. I didn't get a chance to click the yoke to turn it off. Not bad. Not too bad at all. That clicking was me putting the flaps up. Oh no! All that work and we might stay in the snow. That's where having a co-pilot comes in handy. Hey man. The plane wanted to play in the snow, it's all good. Is that a plane? What the hell is that? That is a plane. Oh, it's a truck. I could have sworn we put on all those lights. That was a hairy landing because we didn't, I was trying to let the plane land on its own, but I forgot that the localizer is offset by like four degrees, so we had to make a really quick, quick, you know, whatever, man. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. We had to make a really quick, like, turn at the runway to land, but we did it. All right, let's go ahead and pull up to one of these here gates. Oh man, I didn't even see that. I have never seen this before in Microsoft. Yo! That is dope. I've never seen a guy giving us commands like that. That is cool. That was cool. If I knew that, I would have paid attention to him sooner. I have never seen that before. Wow. Very cool. All right, let's I guess we'll finish this properly. We'll go ahead and all right, let's set the chocks. And let's go ahead and we'll do stairs tonight. All right, let's go ahead and go here. Doors. So we'll open the doors there. Yeah, I know the engine's inhibited. All right, let's go ahead and bring up our checklist, shut the engine down. I guess I shouldn't have opened the door already, but it's all right. All right, let's do evaluation.
Speed brake lever. Down. APU.
I guess we'll fire up the APU. Oh, look, they spelled exterior wrong. All right, we can tick this now.
As needed. Probe heat switches.
How come this isn't taking me directly to the page? Oh, maybe it doesn't do it with this particular plane. Usually when I have it on evaluate like that, it brings me right to the part where I need to like click the button.
Off or auto. Exterior lights.
Alright, we can click that, and do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. And we will do that.
As required. Engine start switches.
Actually, let's bring these down to 0. Alright, let's turn these off.
Off or auto. WX radar.
That's already off.
Auto brake.
Alright, auto brake. Let's turn that off.
Off. Flap lever.
Yep, that's good.
Zero. Transponder.
Yep, let's turn this to standby.
As required.
Alright, let's go now. Shutdown procedure.
Parking brake / chocks. As required.
Yep, it's on.
If APU needed after APU, start APU generator off bus.
Alright, let's put the generator on for the APU.
Illuminated. APU generator bus switches.
Yep, they're on.
On. If external power needed, GRD power available light. Illuminated. GRD power switch. On. Engine start levers.
We're not using ground power for this, so. Alright, let's put these down.
Fasten belt switch.
Alright, let's turn this off. I wonder if I can do the stairs now. Nope. Engines are still stopping it. Okay. Alright, tick item.
Off. Anti-collision light switch.
That's off.
Off. Fuel pump switches.
Yep, we'll do all of them except for the one.
OFF/ as required for APU. CAB/ util power switch.
Yep, that's on.
On. IFE/ pass switch. On. Wing anti-ice switch.
Yep, we already turned that off.
Engine anti-ice switches.
That's off.
Engine hydraulic pump switches.
Yep, those are on.
On. Electric hydraulic pump switches.
Alright, those are off.
Off. Recirculation fan switch.
That's on auto, that's okay.
As needed. Isolation valve switch.
Alright, let's put you open again.
Open. Engine bleed air switches.
Yeah, those are all on. Can I do the stairs yet? There we go. Now I can do stairs. And let's do stairs at 2 places. Stairs there and stairs in the back. All right, so let's take this.
On. APU bleed air switch.
I think that's already on. Yep.
On. Exterior light switches.
Yeah, no, we're good.
As needed. Flight director switches.
All right, let's turn you off. Let's turn you off.
Off. Transponder mode selector.
Yep, we already did
As
that.
needed. Fuel pumps. Off.
Oh, now it's doing this thing where it. Okay. Now it's bringing me to the thing. All right, evaluation.
Probe heat.
Nope, not anymore. All right, probe heat. Guess we can turn the window heat off now too. Since the probe heat is already.
Probe heat. Off. Hydraulic panel. Set. Flaps. Up. Parking brake. As required. Engine start levers. Cut off. Weather radar.
Yeah, all this is done, my man. All right, IRS.
IRS mode selectors.
Let's turn you guys off.
Off. Emergency exit lights switch.
Well, it won't let me switch it back now, so I guess we'll just leave it like that. So
Off. Window heat switches.
those are off.
Off. Air conditioning pack switches.
Wonder why it won't let me adjust this button here. None of the commands work to change it. That's weird.
Off.
All right, power down procedure.
APU or ground power switches. Off. If APU was operational, wait.
Yeah, let's just pretend 2 minutes happened.
Minutes. Battery.
And we are done, my friends. We are here. We landed. I had no idea we had somebody directing us to the gate. I have never, in the hundreds of hours I've played this simulator, I have never seen that happen. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. That was cool. I've never seen it in any other airport either. This is the only airport I've ever seen of that. Anyways, that's it for tonight's episode. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to edit this video a little bit to cut out some of the cruise. But yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. It was cool landing in the snow. I'm glad we did this flight together. And certainly, before you check out another video, be good to me. Click that subscribe button, please. It only takes, even if you never watch my channel again, just click the button, please. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. Your life's not going to be ruined by it. Nobody's going to come knocking on your door because you subscribed to my channel. So do that, please. Help me out. And click the thumbs up as well. And be good to other people. Be good to yourself. Be good to me. And we will see each other over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth soon enough, my friends. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. I got some plans in the afternoon, but we might get into something tomorrow. We might figure something out, something fun to do. That's about it. I will see y'all later.